extremely hard this weekend.
I have.
You know, putting together the Booker show at the Maple Leaf.
Yes.
And was that the 13th annual one that you just did?
Yes.
And then you're going to be playing tonight.
Tonight at Tipitina's, 8 o'clock.
Celebrating none other than Professor Longhair.
And Fess's birthday.
So how about we play a song and then we'll talk a little bit?
Okay.
What are we going to hear?
I think I'm going to start with Her Mind Is Gone.
Her Mind Is Gone.
Yeah.
Live from WWOZ. This is Tom Worrell.
Another man, 'cause her mind is gone. Ain't no doubt about it, boys, her mind is gone. You don't wanna start doing wrong. She won't do right no more. Sometimes she said she will, sometimes she said she won't. When she said she'd do, out the door she'll go, 'cause her mind is gone. Ain't no doubt about it, boys, her mind is gone. You don't wanna start doing wrong. She won't do right no more. Is gone. Ain't no doubt about it, boys, her mind is gone.
Alrighty, Tom Worrell doing Her Mind Is Gone live in the WWOZ studio. We also have it on our Facebook and YouTube channel, so you get to watch actually what they're doing when they're doing it. Tom, how did you? When did you first discover Professor Longhair?
Well, what actually happened was I had gotten this gig with Solomon Burke. His band leader, Sammy Mayfield, is from Denver. He's still here, and in addition to the record Souls Alive, it was like a live Solomon record from Washington, D.C., some concert. That was the template. They gave me that to study. In addition to that, the band leader gave me a cassette tape. This is back in the days of Walkmans. And I was kind of at loose ends, not and no exaggeration about that. So I was raking some leaves outside of a studio, and I had a Walkman. I don't know if you remember those.
Yeah.
Okay, so he had given me this tape, and it had Reverend Cleveland and the Mighty Clouds of Joy on it, Professor Longhair, and James Booker.
Oh, whoa.
And Sammy told me, he goes, you know, you're okay, Solomon likes you and stuff. You sound like Floyd Kramer or somebody, but you need to check this out because there's some gospel on there. There's some New Orleans piano players on here. I'd never heard of them. And this was like 87 or something like that. So I put the tape in, and I started raking leaves, I was never the same. I'm not exaggerating. It just totally blew all my circuits, all my, contrived ideas about what music, what was possible and stuff changed.
Whoa.
So that's that. And then one thing led to another, and I got an opportunity. Johnny Sansone hired me to come down here and play in his band. I never thought I would have the opportunity to even live here. So that it was like one thing led to the next thing, you know what I mean? It was really serendipitous.
As soon as you opened yourself to Professor and Booker, then New Orleans just pulled you in.
My whole life changed.
And then New Orleans just drug you down here.
Yes. And I remember Harry Connick Jr. Married this woman from Boulder, Colorado. Jill Goodacre was her name, or her maiden name. And so I was playing at the Boulderado Hotel, and a guy came in, and they had very strict rules, very kind of like the oldest hotel in Boulder, very expensive, you know. So they have this lounge. Or the guy comes in, he goes, "Hey, I'm Harry Connick Jr.'s dentist," and I was thinking to myself, so, you know, why are you talking, you know, about this? And he said, this is his wedding party. Can he play? I said, I don't know. I'll have to ask the manager, because I could have lost my job because they wouldn't have cared who authorized.
Right.
You know, it was one of those kind of places, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I assumed he probably wouldn't want to play anyway. So I went over the tape. I asked the manager, and they said, yeah, he can play. And I went to talk to him because I wasn't going to call. It was after 11.
Sure.
So I went to talk to him, and I sat down, and I said, do you want to play? And he said, no, immediately, like this. I said, tell me about James Booker. And he went into a reverie where, you know how when people are remembering things, their eyes sometimes point up to the right, I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a face reading expert. But anyway, he went into this thing about Booker and just went on. And then all of a sudden he snapped out of it, and he looked at me up and down like, who are you? Your time's up. You know, he was like, he didn't even want to talk to me. But that happened 2 weeks before I moved here.
Oh, wow. So it was a
affirmation.
Yeah, that you had to get this music into you.
Yeah. And then when I moved here, I went to a place on where was it? Washington. It's called the Fox Lounge. And I went there to see, I went there with Tricky Dick Dixon, who played with Lee Dorsey and stuff. I had met him, and we did some gigs together. There was a band there called Riverside 5, and Brother Tyrone was the singer. You know Brother Tyrone.
Yeah.
I ended up playing with him, but I'm in there, you know, and there's a little bench in front of the band, and I'm watching Brother Tyrone, who was absolutely amazing. I mean, you know, I was just, and a little old man comes over and sits on the bench by me, puts his arm around me, and just sits there like that. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought, okay. It was Sheeby.
Oh, wow.
Professor Longhair's drummer.
Oh, wow.
And we ended up doing hundreds of gigs together, me and him. He was like, you know, a mentor to me and a great friend and everything, you know.
So you had a unique perspective from...
Well, direct connection.
Yeah, from Sheeby's,
the
way he heard it.
The way he heard it. Because
he
was left-handed, and he was a relentless syncopator, I would call him. And he wouldn't ever let you end a song. If you went like this, he'd go bump bump, and he'd go bunk. I used to do it just to mess with him. He would do it ad nauseum.
So Sheeby never wanted to end the song.
He wanted to end it.
He wanted to end it. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he wouldn't. He was, and the way he played drums. I mean, he would go around the drums, like do a roll or something, and you know, it would be like slower, and then it'd drop right back in. There's stuff that he did that I never heard anybody else do, you know. And he had just such a, like, if you listen to House Party New Orleans style, he's on that record,
and you can really hear how his drumming.
It's really having that experience, and then Uganda played a lot with him too. So those two guys, you know,
hearing like the real rhythm section for Professor Longhair.
Well, yeah, and feeling it.
Yeah.
So it helped me assimilate it on a different kind of level.
Awesome.
Yeah.
want to play another song?
Sure.
What are we gonna play?
Let's see. My voice is kind of cracking today, so I don't think I'm gonna. I think I want to play a little bit of Willie Fogel's Blues.
All right. This is Tom Worrell doing Willie Fogel's Blues live on WWOZ FM New Orleans. Alrighty, Tom Worrell doing Willie Fogel's Blues live at WWOZ FM New Orleans. Tom, thank you so much for coming on down.
Thank you.
And sharing your stories and playing some music.
Thank you.
I've been asking everyone this question, so I'm going to ask you. If you could meet Professor Longhair today, what's one question you would ask him?
I think I would ask him how he felt about other people playing his music, because I've always been curious about that. And I actually asked Sheeby about that. What would he think about me, a guy from Iowa, playing his music? And Sheeby just smiled. He said he would have loved it.
It seems like Professor Longhair, from what everyone is what I've gathered, culminated, is that he just seemed like a fun man.
Yes, apparently, yeah. He was like a real people type person. You know, he had little concerts on Sunday. People come over and eat food and stuff. Pat was doing that for a while during the pandemic as well. But her dad really kind of started that. It was a community thing to him, you know. And he was in the public service corps or whatever. I mean, he was just a genuine. Johnny Vidakovich told me how close he felt to Fess and what a genuinely, you know, cool. He was like, Fess was cool. And Johnny doesn't just say that about anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so anyway.
All right, Tom.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on down and playing some piano. Once again, the gig that's happening tonight, it's at Tipitina's.
Right.
And what time does it start?
It starts at 8.
8.
And it's Josh Paxton, C.R. Groover, Luciano, myself, Mikey B3, Davis Rogan, Reggie Scanlon is the musical producer. On bass, John Fole on guitar, Eddie Christmas, Lionel Batiste Jr., Michael Skinkus on percussion.
So it's a killer lineup.
It's going to be really a whole lot of fun.
Awesome. Once again, Tom, thanks so much for coming on down and playing some Professor Longhair for all the listeners.